Good morning, Flosstube. I'm Melva, and you're watching Stitching with Melva. Today's actually a really exciting video because I finally reached over 500 subscribers, so we're going to celebrate that near the end of the video with some giveaways. I'm really excited for you to see what I've put together for giveaways, so hopefully you find something that interests you. So if you're new here, please know that you are welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being one of my 500 subscribers. I still can't believe that anyone wants to watch me and listen to me talk about cross stitch, and I'm so very thankful that there are at least a few of you that want to do that. So today we're going to talk about some finishes, some works in progress, some haul, and then we're going to do the giveaway. I actually think I'll do the haul at the end, so if you just want to not watch that, then it's just easy to shut down the video when the haul comes up. So these are in no particular order. I don't get extra organized. Sorry, my window's open and I live on a very busy street and people like to rev their motors, so you're probably going to hear traffic, so I do apologize for that. If there's someone really revving their engine, then I will stop talking because there's no way I can talk above a revving engine. So let's get started here. So these are all the whips that I worked on in the end of April, all of May, and the first part of July. Actually, let's do the finishes first. I did have a few finishes, so let's do that before we get onto the whips. So I finished a couple more numbers in my perpetual calendar. So I finished number 6 and number 7. And I'm just choosing my own colors for these, so I'm not following the colors of the pattern. And then I finished Satsuma Street Fungi. This one turned out really good. And then I became obsessed with my Mill Hill Santas. As you'll see in my haul, I have a few more of those. So this is from the Southwestern one. I think he's called, I think it's Mesa or Misa Santa. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that right. And I actually just do use the leftover beads to make a little topper. So there's that one. And then this is the Nunavut Santa. And as you see in the whips, I'm working on another one. So those were all the finishes that I had. So now we can start on the whips. So this first one is a Lizzie Kate, and it's from her stand-up holiday series, and it's Clara O'Hare. And I just got started on her dress here, just the bottom part of her dress. I took this to one of my stitching days because all you had to do was fill it in, so I don't like to bring anything complicated or too big on my stitching days because I'm too busy talking or listening to the conversation. The next one is a JVW design. It's Rabbits in the Round. And I am pretty close to being done on this one. So cute. Okay, and the next one that I worked on, I've showed this lots before. I'm just calling it sheep, but it's the Virtues sheep, but I'm making it into a huge piece. So let me just wrangle it on here. It's very, very big. So as you can see, I got a lot more of it finished here. So all of this is going to be filled in, but I'm just going to take that to a stitching day and just fill it all in the same color. But I got a lot of work done on that one. This is a new start. It's by Raise the Roof Design, and it's called Peter Cotton Knits. And this is how far I got on that one. Okay, here's another one of the Santas that I just started 2 days ago. It's from the Mediterranean Santas, and it's Vineyard Santa. And this is how far. I'll put them up like this. That's how far I've gotten on him. I bought this frame from Etsy, so they're very, very helpful when you're doing Mill Hill kits because it gives you something to hold instead of just holding the perforated paper. They are a little bit pricey, but they're well worth it if you like to do Mill Hills. They come in a whole bunch of different sizes, so I actually have 2 different sizes that I use, but this one works perfectly for the buttons and beads as well as the Mill Hill Santas. Next up, I have started the June floral postcard, and I actually finished the May as well. Now this I'm doing on a huge piece of fabric, but I'm going to actually cut them up and just make little pillows out of them. So I finished the May. There's the May. And I started on the June. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, and then I usually work on those on Saturday, the postcards, and then also on Saturdays I work on my perpetual calendar. So I just started number 3, and I picked very Halloween-y colors. I just really liked how that purple and green looked together. So I'm kind of sick of doing the numbers, so I think after I finish this 3, I might take a break from the numbers and maybe do one of the specialty ones, like they have one for Mother's Day, they have one for Father's Day, Valentine's Day. I might do one of those just to mix things up a little bit. I started on Antique Locks and Keys by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I'm doing this on a 36 count 1/2 because I actually just really like the look of that. So that's how far I got on that. Then for my Christmas one, I was working on Bothy Threads Cut Through North Pole House. This one is so cute. So many things and details in this. And I'm just working along the bottom here. So I actually got quite a bit of stuff done. I finished up all of the ocean and then started working my way up here. So it doesn't really look like much of anything until you actually do the back stitch. Bothy threads just look like blobs, and then you do the back stitch and then it looks like a real picture. And then for my Halloween one, I was doing the chopping mall. This was actually a stitch along, but I'm not a really stitch along person. I like to see the whole picture to see if I actually like it. So it was the Witchy Stitcher that put this out. So on this one, I was just working with Jason Voorhees down here. He's part of the security office. I love it. The water cooler is full of blood. I think that's so funny. Okay. And then on Sundays, I work on a stocking as well as nativity scenes. So this is the shepherd. Now, I'm not sure why I haven't finished it. Basically, he needs his feet and a little bit of the ground. So right now he looks like a ghost because he has no feet. So definitely I need to just finish this. I haven't been working on it on Sundays at all. I just sort of did the back stitching and then kind of left it. And then I broke one of my rules and I started on a new nativity before I finished the old one. So that's probably why he's doesn't have any feet. But I really wanted to get to the kings. So I'll just show this pattern, which you'll never be able to do because these are very complicated patterns that have the same symbols for different colors, as I've talked about before. So this one has a bunch of beads. It also has some blending filament in it, and that's just all I got because it is annoying to work with the blending filament. I'm trying to find a couple different ways to do it. So I just haven't found the way that's going to work for me best yet. Okay, I worked on my meow block and I thought, I was like, oh, I'm almost done. But there is a lot more to do. So I really want to get this done because I just am anxious about finishing it. So I would like to have it like fully stitched and then work on actually fully finishing it. So I just have another cat to do, finish up the border. Well, it's not really, you have to do the border, but it's not like a fancy border. And then do all the stars and Smirnoff stitches. And then another little fish down here. So I worked on the cat last night, just for a little bit. Okay, I've been working on and off on my Sphinx kitty. This looks just like my kitty that actually passed away last year, except he had a pink nose. So when I get to the nose, I'm going to change it to a pink nose. So there's my Hades. And still working on the one page. I started in the center on this one. So I really would like to get this first page finished because that's the only full coverage page there is, and then all the rest are just partials. So once I get this big one out of the way, then the other ones will go much more quickly. Okay, and then I started, well, no, I didn't start this one. You had seen this one before, called Bake the World a Better Place by the Tiny Modernist. I'm doing this for my best friend because she is an avid baker. So I thought she would like that. I've changed all the colors because when I did the colors, they just looked really odd to me, and I wanted colors that she preferred. So mine are a lot softer and less bright. And hanging thread, put up that way. So when I switch colors, I actually just use Fancy Floss, just because I find it less overwhelming to look at fewer colors. I don't think I'd be successful with DMC because there's just too many colors to choose from. So, and I don't have all the fancy flosses, so I have to like pick out of 6 colors as opposed to, 400 colors that are DMC. So I did quite a bit of work on this one. Okay, this is one that I took to my stitching day because again, it's pretty easy. It's small, and it's called Educated. This uses all fancy floss, but I only got the fancy floss for the cat because really the books and stuff you're not going to see the variegation anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to invest all that money for such a small amount. And surprisingly, there's lots of colors in this for such a tiny piece. And I just used like a scrap piece of linen that I had, and I just need to do one more row on the cat, and then the cat's finished, and just need to do the books. Okay, another one I like to take to stitching day because it's small and really easy. It's called, from Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's called Hugs and Kisses. And this is how far I've gotten on that one. So pretty far. I just need to do a couple more motifs and some words, and this one will be ready to sew up into a little pillow. Okay, and then the stocking that I've been working on Sundays is for my son, and it is called Father Christmas Stocking by Cooler Classic Charts. It's a pretty bad picture, but you get the idea. Now this one, I'm used to how it looks now, but when I first stitched it, I was like, oh goodness, it's so blocky. So let's see how it looks on the camera. So it looks really good on the camera, but up close, it looks crazy. So I wasn't 100% sure, but my husband reassured me that it looked really good. So I'm going to continue on with it. So I just have this little bit to do up here. It's all one color. So I'm just leaving that for a stitching day that I go to my stitching group. And then I need to finish up page 2. So after I finish page 2, I'll decide whether I want to switch to another stocking or continue with this one, just because I've started and restarted my son's stocking so many times that he's really far behind compared to everyone else's stocking. So I kind of wanted to make them a little bit more even. Okay, so that's all I worked on since the last time I saw you. So now I just pulled out some things that I might want to work on until the next time I see you. So this is Artisy Halloween Minis. I just love this so much. So I would like to finish this guy and finish this, and then work on this a little bit. I've actually put it into Markup RX, so I'm hoping now it will go a little bit faster as opposed to being the paper pattern. But I'll use this still as the paper pattern and then start fresh on another one, just because I don't like to mark off stuff that I've already done. I'm lazy. So I'll just finish up these 3, and then the next one, I might actually go up and do the witch or the skeleton next, or the mud. It's so hard to choose. They're all so cute. Except this one is kind of boring, so I might save that one till the end. Okay, and then I'd like to work on this Luca S cross stitch, and it is, this is called Mouse with Tree. I don't see the name, but I think that's what I've been calling it. It's so cute. I switched out the Ada to some blue linen that I had, just because I just prefer working on linen over Ada. And there's my little mouse. He's turning out so cute. And then I pulled out Miss New Year's Eve. This came as a kit, so it had everything in it. So it had the linen, the beads, all the fancy floss. It's all fancy floss. So, and the Krennic it came with everything. So I think I've done most of her dress. I just need to put the krennic back in her wings. I had messed up on the krennic and I didn't like it, how messy it looked, so I had ripped all of that out. So hopefully I can work on her dress and get that done except for the beads, and then maybe work on her other arm and her head. And then I have Cocoa Time by Ink Circles. I didn't use this, what am I saying? I didn't use this color of linen. I chose just a more neutral one. And this is how far I got on that. Okay, and then in Canada, June is Aboriginal month. So I took out my Every Child Matters, and I'm really close on this. I just need to finish up the hands. So hopefully I can get that done for Aboriginal month, and then I can just put it up in my house, because I really like this pattern. I think it's important what it represents, and I would like it up finally. I've really sort of taken my time on this, and I don't want it sort of lingering anymore. And then one that I haven't worked on in a really long time is my Lord of the Rings. This one is gigantic, and I'm in between like 3 pages, so I really need to actually just complete pages instead of just jumping all around. And this is on 25 count, 2/1 10 stitch. Okay, so those are all of my whips that I worked on, plus the ones that I want to work on. So now let's get to the good stuff. Just making some room here. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. So I don't know what people like. I never assume that people stitch and like the same things that I do. So what I did is I got a whole bunch of different stuff. So hopefully there is one of the groups you like. So how I'm gonna do this is comment 500. And then if you want to, you can comment which one you like. But hopefully, I'm hoping that there's lots of people that enter, and I'd like to do like 2, maybe 3 draws of prizes, and then I will contact you, and whoever gets back to me first will get first pick on which one they want. So maybe do, if you want to comment, like your first, second choice, but that's not necessary, just the number 500. So the first one I'm calling Prairie Schooler and Sweetheart Tree. So basically there's a bunch of, oh, it's just one Sweetheart Tree. So let's just call it Prairie Schooler. So this one is Teeny Wedding Announcement from Sweetheart Tree, and it comes with the little charm. And then the next 2 are JBW Designs, and this one is a wedding announcement, teeny tiny chart, and this one is Twinkle Twinkle. And then I have some Prairie Schooler Santas. So I have the 1999 one. And I love Prairie Schoolers, but I never got into the Santas, so there's no reason for me to have these 1998 Santa, which is the Noah's Ark Santa, and then the 2000. Okay, and also in that group, I'm going to do the Prairie Schooler Christmas trees. So these are pretty fun. Okay, now the next group is the collection by Tralala, as well as, oh, that Italian one, Cure Vada Cure, I don't know. So this is Snowmen's by Tralala. So this is autumn and winter. And they look like they're stand-ups, or you could do pillows, I guess. And this is spring and summer. And then this is a bunch of Easter ornaments. Okay, the next group is Just Nan. So it is Frosty Chillingsworth Mouse. And it comes with like his tail and the beads and stuff. And then I am adding in the Frosty Snow Cube so he can sit on top of that. So that's Just Nan. Okay, the next one, I love these so much, but I know I'm not going to do them. So all you Dimension people, you probably have these, but if you don't, you can certainly pick this one. So it's Woodland Enchantress kit, as well as the Fall Fairy. So these two go together. Okay, the next group is a pattern and a kit. So this is Artisy Halloween banners. And then this is a Russian kit. It has been opened, but everything is in there. It is a colored pattern, and I just call it globes. It is on Black Ada. I just thought these were so beautiful. Okay, so those two go together. The next one is 3 magazines, the Cross Stitch magazine. And the reason why they're all together is for a mid-Amish life. So there's 3 patterns, so I have all 3 of the magazines. So that's the main draw, but obviously it's a magazine, so there's other patterns. I always really liked this one too on the cover. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. I always thought that was really pretty. I thought that would just be pretty just to even do this one, or just a little ornament of the center there. So that's a group. The next one has partial kit and pattern. So this is Nemu. So it has a little elf or gnome riding a pumpkin carriage. And then this is a 15th anniversary edition, Take Time to Stitch. And it actually has the beads and the silk thread, and so it has a whole bunch of different stitches, but keep in mind I think you have to do it on 36 count, 1/2, because they just give you enough, so you can't do this on 28 count or another count. You could obviously do it on 40 count, but just keep that in mind if you're not a 36 count person. And I think doing it on Ada would be very difficult just because of the specialty stitches that you need to do. So just keep that in mind. If you win and you're not a 36 count person, probably don't pick this one. Okay, and the next one are 2 patterns with a dragon. So this one is daffodil dragon, I believe. Daisy dragon, sorry. Okay, and then this one is little snapdragon. So they're booklets. Okay. And then the next group is Mystic Stitch. So there are 2 patterns. So this one is Winter Greeting and then just Chillin'. So these are interesting because this frame here is actually stitched, but you wouldn't need to stitch that. And if you wanted to do it on like brown Aida or brown linen, you wouldn't even need to do it full coverage. So this is like full coverage, but I think there's good options not to do the full coverage if you don't want to do the frame and if you don't want to stitch all that background. Okay, the next one are booklets as well. So this one is called Kitchen Essentials. And this one I got on the secondary market, and it's Cherished Teddies Around the World. And it just made me laugh because Canada is a lumberjack. I'm like, is that what people think? We're all lumberjacks out here? So I just think it's super funny. Okay, and the last one, if you like ornaments, this is the one for you. So we have ornaments galore. And we also have 101 ornaments for Christmas. Okay, so you can be anywhere in the world. I am happy to share and send them out anywhere. Please be over the age of 18 in order to do this, or have your parents' permission. I will need your parents' permission to ask for your address. And don't say giveaway, just put the number 500, and then next time I come back, which will be in a month, I promise to do that in a month because there is a competition going on. So I'll come back in a month, and hopefully there's enough people that I can do 3. But if there's only like 10 people that do this, then I'll only do 1. But if there's more people that want to get involved, I will draw more. Okay, so if you don't like haul, please feel free to leave, but please do enter if there was something that you'd like. I would love to see your comment down there. Okay, so now let's get on to the haul. And spoiler alert, there's a lot of haul because I've been crazy shopping, but now I think that I'm done for the year. I put a stop to it. So I do have a few more things coming, but for the most part, I'm not going to actively do any more shopping. So the first things are some patterns. So this is by Primrose Cottage Stitchers called Kind Words. And it says, kind words are like honey sweet to the soul. And this one I thought was so cute. It's the Sisterhood, and it's called Kissing Booth. I thought that would be really cute for my Valentine's Day pillows. And I'll probably do this in a nice variegated red. And then this is from Shannon Christine Designs, and it is called Trick or Treat Mug. Okay, and then I got a whole bunch of Satsuma Streets. Let's see if I didn't even get all of them. Yeah. Oh, there's one of them I didn't put in the box. That's okay. This one is Christmas Fawn. I love this one. Oh, I did put it in. Merrily They Ring. And these are kits that come with everything that you need, including the needle. This is Sweater Weather. winter break. And spring-a-majig bunnies. It even has the little pom-poms. Okay, and then I finally broke down and got some Just Nan animal cracker series. So I got Millie the elephant. And I got Miss Hazel. And then I got just some fabric to go with them. It's 36 count. So this is for Miss Hazel. And they didn't have the Millie one, so I just got another gray one, which I think will work just fine. And then, I'm saving my Mill Hill to the last. Got bumblebee etchings. And I got some fabric from Etsy. So I got a 36 count Edinburgh linen, which I was going to put the bumblebee etchings on. But I think I'm going to put it on this one from number 12 Stitch Co. And it's called Salted Caramel. So I think I like that one. It's a little bit more warm. I don't know. Yeah, you'll be able to see the difference. So I think I'm putting it on this one. Okay, now time for the Mill Hills. So I'll do the Santas first. So I got all the mountaineering Santas. So this is Mount McKinley. Mount Whitney. And Mount Rainier. And then I also got the Merry Christmas Santa. So this is the most traditional Santa in the series. And then I got the Amazon Santa and the Genoa Santa. I also have the Florence Santa, but I had that quite a while ago, and the Venice Santa is coming. Okay, and then I got the Buttons and Beads Starfish. And I also got the shell and the seahorse, but they are back ordered, so they will be coming. And then for small Santas, I got Kris Kringle and St. Nicholas. And then regular Mill Hills, I got the Candy Bucket. It's so cute. And the Santa Globe. Okay, that is everything. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the comments and having you enter the 500 subscriber giveaway. Have a great day. Bye.